Beth, you let me know when you want to go ahead and get started.
We can start. It's fine. I think more people will hop on, but it's totally fine.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. Hi, everybody. There's a few of you. I've met Wendy. There's a few that I haven't met yet. My name is Kelly, and I am a silver with Young Living. So I am in Beth's upline. So I actually enrolled Beth. When was that? How long ago was that?
Oh my God. I don't know.
It was a while ago. So Beth had asked that I hop on here and just kind of share with you guys a little bit of information. We are going to make this short and sweet. I'm going to probably, let's see, it's 8:08. We're getting started a little bit late. So I like to maybe do my shindig until about 8:30, 8:35. And then Beth's going to talk for a couple minutes. And then we're just going to leave it open to questions and answers and questions or whatever. Okay, hi everybody that's joining. Just make sure that you mute yourself, okay? Or else we're gonna be competing with the news. Okay, so I wanted to share real quick my story as far as how I got into Young Living, and I want to really focus on the business side of it. I know that's sometimes not the area that most people want to talk about, but it is one of the best things that you could absolutely learn about with Young Living. I know a lot of people think about the business and they hear all of this stuff of pyramid schemes, and I'm not a salesperson and I don't want to sell to people. And so I really want to talk to you about what that looks like, because it's not that at all. First off, pyramid schemes are illegal. You can't do a pyramid scheme. And so Young Living is an amazing company that has been a massive blessing for our family. So a little bit about us, we just moved cross country from Kansas City back to Pennsylvania to be with our family. I had 4 children, 4 and under. So right now I have 4 kids under the age of 5, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. And so this company is a huge blessing to us financially. My husband is in the ministry. He's a pastor. He's a communications director now for a church. And so to be able to have just a little extra every month that, in the beginning, which has boomed to be even more now, is it has revolutionized our family and the things that we are able to do. We can do things that we would have never been able to do if it not been for Young Living. So a little bit about our story. I had originally enrolled with Young Living. I knew nothing about the business. Nobody taught me about the business. I had no idea what it even looked like to share Young Living with people. And so I'm not going to go into the whole long story, but in essence, I had somebody come to me and approach me and said, I think that you would really enjoy sharing this with people. I had already started using oils. I had started learning about them. And whenever you have something that you love and that you're using, what do? We naturally share it with people. Think about when you get on Amazon and you want to order something. What do? You look at the reviews, because it matters what other people think. It matters other people's opinion. So for me, if I look at something that has 4.5 stars and 600 reviews versus 5 stars and 2 reviews, I'm probably going to go with the one that has the most reviews, because it matters. People's personal testimonies that sells. I would rather pay more for something that has good reviews. So when it comes to Young Living, when you're using something and you have a personal testimony that works, people believe you. And people, I guarantee you, if you have something that works, other people probably have the same thing, or the need for it. Okay, so for us, we obviously use it a lot for our kids. Some people don't have kids. Some people have animals, so they use it for their animals. So you'll be able to find, when you're talking to somebody, finding something that fits their lifestyle. So the biggest reason I got into essential oils is because I had ovarian cysts, and somebody at my work overheard me saying that I have problems with ovarian cysts and it's very painful. And she's like, have you tried using essential oils? And I was like, meh. I'm not interested in all of that weirdo stuff. I wasn't interested. I thought it was not work. And I was like, just give me the medicine that I can take by pill or whatever. And honestly, I went to the doctor and they told me that this is just how I am. And this is just how my body is going to be for the rest of my life. And there's nothing I can do about it. So I went back to the lady at work and said, okay, give me some of your oils because I have no other options. I have no other choice. And so that's how I started using them. My cysts went away and I owed it all to my oils. And I started like, wow, there's actually something that worked. And I was surprised by it. And I was still even doubtful, even when it did work, I still had a hard time believing it. And so I started using it for other stuff and it started working. And so obviously, whenever you have something as powerful like that, you want to tell people about it. Okay. And so here I start opening up about my story and people want to get on board. So all that to say, we're going to talk about a little bit about what it looks like to share with people. So, and it's in selling, it doesn't have to look like you have, some people don't want to lead a class. That is not for everybody. Some people don't want to get in front of thousands of people or even 20 people. It doesn't have to, some people are gifted like that. Other people, it's sitting down with a cup of coffee, inviting your neighbor over, talking to them. There are people around you everywhere at your work, standing in front of you. I literally enrolled a girl at the at-home store. I just noticed that I had slobber on me. At the at-home store, she brought a dog into the at-home store, and I saw her there with her dog. She's fiddling with her dog, and I was like, can I help you? Like, she looked like she needed help. The dog was moving around. She's like, yeah, he has a tick on him. And so I started talking to her about essential oils and how you can use them with ticks and things. And I got her number, her contact information, and she enrolled under my team at the at-home store. So it is when you constantly just kind of look for little opportunities and meet people where they are, not doing this whole big, I think that's where people get tripped up the most, is where they think it's one size fits all, and it's not. It's when you hear somebody saying, you know what, I'm having a hard time with my hormones, and be like, oh, well, have you ever thought to try such and such oil? And so if you need some more education as far as like what to be able to recommend, there's other classes that do product education so that you kind of have this little dictionary of, or you have a pocket reference and say, you know what, I'm not sure exactly, but I'm going to look in my little oil Bible, is what I call it, for recommendations to help you, because I know there is natural medicine out there that, why not give it a chance? It's natural, it's plants. Our bodies work with plants. Okay. So let's talk about what it looks like with, as far as the business. I'm going to share a couple terms with you, and these are very basic business terms, so you know what to look for when we kind of talk about these words, what they mean. Okay. So when you hear the word PV, the initial PV, it stands for personal volume. Personal volume is how much you spend every month. Okay. So a personal volume is $50 a month, $100 a month, $200, $300 a month. Okay. So in order to earn a commission check, and this is why I love Young Living, there are other companies out there that in order to make a commission check, you have to pay to be a distributor. Okay. So for their company, you have to pay like a monthly fee in order to sell their products. Okay. So you're paying a fee, you're getting nothing in return. You pay a fee in order to sell their products, and then you can earn a commission check. With Young Living, you are automatically a distributor. Hey, Kathy. You're automatically a distributor as soon as you enroll, and your monthly fee is you placing your order, which is amazing because you place your order to get your own products that you're going to use, and then you get a check on top of it. So Young Living, that's a huge blessing, because for me, it's like, okay, I'm going to pay a fee every month just to get my check. But with Young Living, it's like, I'm going to buy their products anyway. So I'm going to get the products anyway, because we use shampoo and we use the conditioner and we use the face wash and the body wash and all the oils and all the supplements. So we're going to do that anyway. And then I get paid for it. That's incredible. So PV is your personal volume. Okay. In order to be on Essential Rewards every month, which is like a monthly wellness box. So every month you want to, and for me, like, it is really, really, really easy for me to constantly pick out all of the things that I want every month. And to try and stay with my budget, I'm like, well, I have to say that for next month. I'll have to say that for next month. But there's so many things that I want every month, so you have to at least have a $50 order every month to be on Essential Rewards. Okay. And then obviously the more you do, the perks come with it, okay? If you need to know any more about essential words, we can talk about that at the end. OGV is organizational group volume. So what that means is here you are, and as you talk to your mom and your mom signs up, and then your mom talks to her sister and your aunt signs up, and then your daughter signs up, you start having this little group of people underneath you. And this is how your organization grows. It's duplication. And the biggest thing you could possibly do for yourself is as you enroll people, you need to teach them how to enroll somebody else, okay? Because if they don't know how to walk through the enrollment screen, how can they teach it to somebody else? So the biggest thing is they need to know how to sign up for a starter kit, how to navigate their virtual office and their home screen so that they can then teach their sister how to do it. And then their sister now enrolls their coworker, and her coworker enrolls her mom, and all of a sudden your little tree just starts growing and growing and growing to be able to show how to enroll people. And the next thing you know, your one person just produced 10 other people, and you have a nice little check coming in every month, okay? So the biggest thing, it's not just this one person. That one person knows 10 other people, and those 10 other people know 10 other people, know 10 other people. So the beauty in duplication is that's how your organization is going to boom. So you need to make sure that you're intentional with teaching your people how to share it with somebody else. Give them the confidence. Be like, you know what? Why don't you talk to your sister about it, or talk to your coworker about it? Just share. That's all it is. It's sharing a story with somebody. It doesn't have to be this huge sales pitch. It's being relatable. It's being a friend. It's just talking to somebody. So your organizational group volume is your order, and then it's every single person underneath you. It's all of their orders, all added up is how much your whole organization is worth, okay? And so in order to hit different ranks in the company, you have to hit like OGV goals, okay? And then as you kind of advance a little bit more, when you have your little team here, you need to have little mini teams, little sub teams, okay? So maybe you have a group, a leg, we call them legs, okay? You have a leg that's your family leg. So I decide my mom is super outgoing, or my mom is so relational, she knows everybody and wants to talk to everybody. I'm gonna put her right underneath me as my family leg. And then I had this coworker, Susie, that is just amazing. She has leader potential. She's outgoing, or maybe she's not outgoing. There's a lot of people that aren't an extrovert type of personality that are phenomenal at the business. They're phenomenal because they're relational and they talk with people and they sit. And even though they're not teaching these huge, massive classes, they're one-on-one with people, and then their business booms because of how relational they are with people, okay? So I'm gonna make her the top of my coworker leg. And then I have another, I have a whole bunch of friend groups in Florida. So I'm gonna have a Florida leg. So you find these people that and it doesn't always perfectly happen like that, but ideally you can pick people to be kind of the heads of your little legs, okay? So then as you rank up, each little leg has their own OGV, their own organizational group volume to hit, okay? Are we all tracking on this so far? I know it can kind of, it's easier if you can see like a little chart of everything. So you have your whole organization, and then you have these little sub legs underneath you, okay? And you grow these little teams underneath you, okay? So that I feel like I don't feel like I'm going to really go into stacking because I feel like that's a little bit more advanced, but we'll talk about that later. So as you start enrolling people, you can always talk to Beth about how to start stacking. Means, okay, I just enrolled this lady and I want to put her somewhere on my team, because you can move people on your team. You have one chance to move them and place them. So I have this new person I just enrolled, I want to place her. And you can be strategic with what leg you want to put her in to help the volume, the amount that leg is worth, okay? So you might strategically put people, okay? we'll talk about that another time. So as you start enrolling more people, we'll talk with Beth on how to help you grow your legs. But let's talk about enrolling people. So as you start using Young Living and you want to talk to people about it, a lot of people get into the business and they don't really plan on it's funny because a lot of people don't ever start the business with the intention of really growing the business. They kind of just naturally do it on their own. They kind of just naturally get the products and they're like, I ain't doing the business. I'm not interested in that. And then what they do is they use something and then they just start sharing it with somebody and then the person's like, well, I want to get a starter kit. Okay, sure. And so they enroll them. So let's talk about enrolling somebody. It is really important that you walk them through the enrollment page. Okay. And so you need to get on the phone with them, get on Zoom with them, show them how to walk through the enrollment page. And the reason for that is because you're teaching them. Perfect. And Beth says she has a video that explains how to walk through the enrollment screen. It is super easy. And even after you do it 1-2 times, it is not hard at all. And so the whole reason of walking somebody through the enrollment screen is so that they can then show their neighbor how to walk through the enrollment screen. Okay. So if you do not know your member number, you need to know your member number in order to be able to enroll them. You can find that on the virtual office, which is just log into your account. And then you go under member resources and you can find a link there that you literally highlight and copy it and send it to somebody, and your member number will automatically populate within that little screen. Okay. So as you walk through the enrollment screen, essential words is going to come up. I always explain essential words. I tell them that it's not required. You don't have to be required, because a lot of people get really nervous about that for whatever reason. They're like, I don't want, understandably, it's like, I don't want to sign up for something. For me, it's like, if I haven't tried it yet, or I don't know, it's like, I want to try it first and then see if I want to pay for this every month. That's understandable. You know, some people are just like gung ho about it and they just are like all about it and want to jump in right away. So kind of meeting them where they're at, but don't skip over essential words. I had somebody one time and she was like, I never tell them about essential words. I never tell them. And I'm like, what do you mean you never tell them about essential words? Because for the, you know, to me, it's like, the amount of points that you earn, you get points back in your little point piggy bank that you like cash in, and then you get free product. I'm like, you're doing this person such an injustice for not explaining essential rewards, because they can get free stuff. Like, who doesn't want free stuff? So please always explain what essential rewards is. And there's free shipping now. They just changed it over to free shipping now. So that's a huge, who doesn't want free shipping now, you know? So always walk them through the enrollment screen, walk them through the essential rewards. And then if they don't sign up for essential rewards with their starter kit, what I do is after you place their order, I show them how to log back into their virtual office. And I say, okay, here's your home screen. Here on the left-hand side, if you want to sign up for essential rewards, this is how you would do it. So next month, if you want to place an order with multiple things, it might be worth it to jump on essential rewards for a couple months and earn some points. And I walk them through how to do that, because I promise you, if you don't, they're just going to be blowing up your phone with lots of questions on what to do. Just do it from the get-go and make it very clear to them. Okay. So hopefully that helps a little bit with just like the enrollment process. But when you sit down and talk with somebody, be very relational and just ask lots of questions. People love to talk about themselves. So ask lots of questions. Ask, you know, what are some, you know, don't just, sometimes I don't like when people just go into the conversation just to talk about oils. Ask them about their life, ask them about their kids, ask them about job. And if they come up and they say, oh my word, my work is so stressful. Little Johnny is having this rash and it's naturally going to come up, because we have a company that literally doesn't just make makeup. It's a company that makes so many products that are so applicable to everybody's life that you're naturally going to find something in their conversation when they're just talking about their everyday life that you can put this little tidbit of oh, like I'm so stressed. Well, hey, I'm going to bring you a bottle of Stress Away, or I'm going to bring you a sample of Stress Away. And I'm that kind of personality that is just very forthright versus asking, can I? I'm going to do it. And next time I see you or in the mail, I'm going to send you some Stress Away in the mail. For whatever reason, I just tell them this is what I'm going to do. I don't ask them because who's going to say no? It's free. It's free. They're not going to say no. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to send you, little Johnny has this rash. Hey, I'm going to send you some Melrose. Have you heard of Melrose before? No, what's that? Oh, it's amazing. And then you have a personal testimony to share with them about how Melrose or whatever it is that you've used. Or I heard that Kelly used Melrose for her child's eczema, or Cradle Cap. It's amazing for Cradle Cap. This is not acceptable for me to say all this, but it is. It's amazing for Cradle Cap. So you say, I know somebody who used Melrose for Cradle Cap. And so use these personal testimonies to share with people, or say, I have this group online. I'm going to ask if anybody has a personal testimony about using this. Okay. And then I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to put it in your mailbox, or I see you at work tomorrow. I'm bringing you some peace and calming, and you let me know how you like it. And so just put it in their hands, get this stuff in their hands, because nobody's going to say no to you. And if something's like nice and they're going to use it. Okay. If somebody gave me something for free, I'd use it. I'd give it a try, and then follow back up with them. Hey, what'd you think about that Stress Away? Isn't that amazing? I put that in my diffuser with some peppermint as my favorite. So it's like, start engaging them, and don't be scared to ask questions, because you're not talking about yourself. You're talking about them. And so I think a lot of people get scared of that. They get kind of like intimidated. Now, if you're sitting and talking about yourself the whole time, it might be a little annoying. But if you're talking about them and, hey, what did you think about the Stress Away? Or how's your son's rash? Or how's your kid, digestive stuff going on? Did that work? If it didn't work, oh, that's a bummer. Let's try this. Don't just feel like you failed just because maybe it didn't work, or maybe it's for whatever reason. Be like, let's try something else, And so I feel like a lot of people get nervous to follow up, and it's like, people like it. People like you asking them about something. If they've used it, then they obviously are open to it. So it doesn't hurt to ask. You've already put it in their hands. Don't drop the ball now by not saying anything, So I'm kind of getting off topic, but it's all good. It's all good stuff. So I just want to say that as far as considering whether you want to think about whether this is the right fit for you as far as growing a business or a team, yes, the answer is yes, because we all can use extra money. Everybody has, there's always a need. There's always, for me, with my check every month, like I said, the things that we're able to do. And let me just share this. There is a time and a season for everything. And so when I started with my business, I jumped in like head first and went hard at it. For about a year, I went really, really hard, and I grew my team pretty quickly. And then I had a baby, and then I had another baby, and it just really rocked my world. It was really hard. I mean, we were living in Kansas City. I didn't have any family there. All of our family's in Pennsylvania. And so it was hard to balance a healthy balance of what time do I pour into my Young Living business? What time do I pour into my kids? And so there was a time where I stepped back. There was a time I stepped back for that. And you know what? There's a time and a season for that. And that's okay, because I always tell people this is a marathon. This is a long-term process. It is not a sprint. And so many people give up because they sprint, and they don't see any fruit from their labor, and they throw in the towel. And that could not be farther from what you should be doing. You need to pace yourself, because even if it takes you 10 or 15 years to hit a rank that you're making $6,000 a month, to me, that is worth it. Doing it on my schedule at the pace that I want to do, that I'm comfortable with, heck yeah, I do it. And let me tell you right now, the concept of residual income. So residual income, what that means is when it doesn't matter how much you work, okay, how many hours you put in, your income is still growing, or it's still coming in. So let me share this. In the beginning of my business, I definitely worked more hours than I was getting paid for, without a doubt. I was putting in a lot of time, a lot of work. I was teaching classes. I had people over to my house. So there was a lot poured into it, but I believed in it. I believed in it. And I had heard personal testimonies from people. I saw people on Instagram, what they were, their lifestyles. And I'm like, well, there has to be something to this. So I worked and worked and worked and worked. And then I remember distinctly, it was in the month of March that all of a sudden 1 month I had worked less hours and my paycheck grew. And I was like, this is it. This is what they talk about as far as like residual income, where it is still coming in. Even if you're not working, it's still coming in. And it is absolutely incredible. What job does that? What job pays you when you are not working? It's unheard of. It is unheard of. It is the American mindset that you go to a job from 8 to 5, you get paid for 8 to 5. That's it. This is unlike anything I have ever known of. There are months where I have literally done nothing. I'll be completely honest with you. There is a month where I was like, I'm not touching it this month. I'm not doing, and I still got a paycheck, a big one, because I put in the work. And my business, because I had grown it to a certain place where it's still growing, even if how incredible, what a blessing for my family. You know, what a blessing for the people underneath me, that they're now being blessed by the growth of their team, and they're getting, you know, all of their orders paid for and then some. But it takes intentionality. It takes strategy of saying, okay, I'm going to put in 5 hours every week. I'm going to do 20 hours every week. Obviously, the more you pour into it, the more fruit you're going to reap from it. And a lot of people will say, well, everybody already knows about oils. I can't sell to anybody. Let me tell you, COVID has changed the game. There are people now that are very, very mindful of their health. They're very cautious, and they want stuff to be able to protect their body, to keep themselves healthy. So this is a natural open door for us to be able to talk to people about it, because they're already thinking about it. We're going into cold and flu season. This time of year is when our sales are the highest, because everyone is buying Thieves, RC, Raven to help their immune system. So if there's ever a time to share with people, it's right now, because everybody is thinking about it. Okay. So all that to say, I want to encourage you to really kind of sit down, baby steps, places to start. Make a list. Make a list of people in your inner circle that you know of that you want to talk to. And don't go into and be like, hey, I want to sell you oils. Just sit down and have a conversation with them. Or they come over to visit, have some oils sitting out. They're going to be curious. What's this? Or have a diffuser running. Take things to work. Just hand stuff out. Just give them a little sample. Like, hey, you need to try this. I use this. Share a personal testimony. Find a connection point with them. Start the conversation and be bold. Be confident in it. Don't backtrack. You know, share with them boldly. If it's something that you love, tell them to. And I think some people get shy away from that because it's like, I don't want to be salesy. If I bought a pair of leggings that I absolutely loved off of some website, I'd tell everybody about it. Whether I'm in it for a commission or not, I'd tell everybody about it, you know, because people rely on that stuff. So don't be shy, be bold, be confident in what you have to say, because your voice has power in it. And people earn credibility to speak into their life. So if that means you have to have 2, 3, 4, 5 conversations with them first, because it's somebody new that has nothing to do with oils, do it. Earn a relationship with them, earn a place in their life to be able to speak with them. And then after conversation 5 or 6, they start bringing up something in their life that you feel opens the door to share with them. There's your chance. Okay. So there's a lot of people that I build that relationship first for a long time before I ever share with them about oils, or I find that it's the right moment. And then when I do, they don't think I'm just in it for the sale, because we've already have a relationship. I've built that with them. And honestly, it's like, if somebody comes to me or they just blast me with stuff of selling stuff, what am I going to do? I don't look at that. I don't look at it. I'm not interested in that. You know, I'm interested in somebody who actually cares about my life and cares about something that's going to help me with my life. you know? So, all right, where are we at? 8:37. So baby steps. I'm going to hand it over to Beth, and then she can share a couple points if she wants. Make a list of the people that you know off the bat in your inner circle, people that you want to talk to and share with. Maybe think through different legs for yourself. When I started my business, I picked out 6 legs because 6 legs is what it takes to hit Royal Crown Diamond. So I wanted to have a family leg, a mom's group leg, a friends in Kansas City leg, friends in Pennsylvania leg. And so I picked out 6 different legs. So sit down and make little circles for yourself of what different circles are in your life of people that you can go and start creating legs with. Okay. Maybe have a one-on-one, have somebody over to your house for coffee. Invite 3 people over to your house for a little mini class. Invite 10 people, invite 3 people and have say, hey, if you bring a friend with you, I'll give you a little gift. Okay. It's all these little baby steps that it doesn't have to be this huge thing unless you want to go all in and do that, which is incredible. Don't overwhelm yourself. Dip your toes in it and then go with it. And you might find that you love it and you want to have 30 people over at your house or whatever. Okay. So I do want to encourage you though that this business is as absolutely incredible. There are amazing, amazing people with this company. We have a phenomenal product to share. It is something that I wholeheartedly can share with people, and I'm not embarrassed by it. You know, sometimes I might feel that I share something and be like, man, I'm really upselling this just to get the sale. And I have never felt that with Young Living ever. And I cannot imagine. I look at my life and I think, what if I had not tried it for that year and tried, I don't know, our life would look so different. We would not have the freedom financially to do. We're about ready to do a big kitchen renovation on our new house. It's because of Young Living. It's because of Young Living that we are doing that. I would not be able to probably stay at home and pay for like the things that we pay for if it's not free. I mean, we needed to buy new appliances. I was able to do that with my Young Living check. You know, like it's things like that it's like we would live very, 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 very conservatively if it had not been for Young Living every month. Truly, I mean, it is one of the greatest blessings, and it will never go away. That is the mind-blowing thing. As long as Young Living is a business, that check is forever for me. So to be able to just even every month to get yourself enough that you're getting your order covered and you're getting free stuff every month, and then it just keeps growing and blossoming, an extra $500, an extra $600 every month. I mean, that's huge. An extra $6,000 every month. Can you wrap your head around that? Like, it's crazy, you know? So, okay, I'm going to hand it over to Beth. Beth, I'm going to let you chat for a minute, and then we'll open it up for questions and answers. Anything you want to talk about, we can chat about. Okay, go for it, girl.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, that was so good, Kelly. I love you. Oh my gosh, so good. Yes. So I just like wrote down a few notes of just random things, but she's talking about that consistent paycheck. Like that's crazy. I know that it's like it almost feels like some magical dream or something right now. And I'm there because I was in your boat a little while ago. And now, guys, like when you work this business, you will get a paycheck. And, you know, like I said, you just continue working and it continues to grow and you're going to get that money. So like she said, take a step back. You know, I have had, you know, family issues go on. There's a big surgery. There's a whatever. That money's still going to be there. And that's like so crazy and so grateful for that. Also, just another side thing is if I think it's actually hit silver or above. And if you actually pass away, guys, that money goes to your family. That money is willable. It's not like, oh, another one on the total poll off the list. All right, I'm okay with that. Like more money for me. It's not like that. It is crazy that money is willable and then it's going to go to your family. And that is just like, right? That's crazy. I wanted to just make it super simple. You guys don't have to have everything. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have every flyer possible. You don't have to have every testimony possible, right? That's okay. You're just starting out and don't feel like, well, I'm not good enough because I don't have all of these things. That's not the case. That's why we're a team. Like, that's why we're here. And I have lots of crazy resources. Our upline does. Oh my gosh, so many good Facebook groups. Like, that is the purpose of our entire team, is to support everybody, to give that support and give those resources that you need, until you start to learn more things, and then you become one of those people that people go to for questions, right? That happens. So don't feel like, oh, well, I don't have this, this, and this. That's not what's needed at all. So super exciting. This business is very, very fun. I love that you get to do this on your own time schedule. If you want to do it right after the kids go to bed, you want to do it when they're taking a nap, you want to do it just on your lunch break at work, whatever you want to do, this is your business. This is something that you're going to work on and do as much as, or as little or as much, whatever as you want. But know that whatever you're putting into it is what you're going to get out of it. And we always talk about where it's the paycheck comes a month later, right? So let's say you work your butt off in October, okay, girl, like you seriously worked your tail off, and you were posting on Facebook and you were talking to friends, and a whole bunch of friends were like, yes, I need these oils too, right? They decided to get their starter kit. You're going to get that $50 bonus check, right? That's going to come next month. So if you can think with me right now, we're in October. That money's going to come right about Black Friday. Okay, so think about that right now as you're thinking about your kids' Christmas, thinking about the end of the year expenses, right? Thanksgiving, all that kind of stuff. And then again, how hard you work for the month of November, that's going to be your paycheck in December. Like, hey, I got extra money and I can go buy that gift that I really want for my kiddo or for my family or for whatever. So just think about that ahead of time, okay? It's not like going to be like, oh, $50 in the mail tomorrow. Like, that's not how it works. It's a month later. So work your tail off for a month, for 2 months, for 3 months, whatever you want to do. Just know that that money is going to come soon enough, okay? Yeah, so you don't have to have all the answers for sure. We have lots of resources. So again, I have a video that walks you through the enrollment screen. So if you have a member who was like, okay, what did you say? Like, what's going on? Watch the video together. Maybe if you are trying to get a hold of a person that really wants to enroll, but they like work overnights and like really wonky schedules, that's happened to me before too. I would definitely send them that video and be like, hey girl, I'm right here. I'm messaging with you. But if you can't talk on the phone, whatever, right? There's an enrollment video, right? Make sure to send your enrollment number, your member number, and I can talk to you about getting that link, which we talked about in some of the groups. Then we also have a video that talks about all the resources in our team. You guys, so many resources. And I just know that as a member of Young Living, you want to have all of those resources. You want to take advantage of everything. Where I can find the information for finding more information specifically for Baby Line, right? Or for Kids Scent Line or whatever it is. You want to make sure you have all the resources. So making sure that you're plugging in your members to all of those, but also as a leader, you guys, are so many more resources. The Grow Group, like, so good. Let me tell you, it's very addicting if you've not been on there before. Just to let you know, you're going to lose some hours on that website, okay? But it is amazing about growing the business and trying to find ideas on how to send happy mail, right? How to send out new samples for things. How are you guys marketing this for Halloween? Like, this is members all over the world that are inputting into that website. So I have a video that walks through all the resources. If you've not watched it yet, you need to. Okay, I will send you that link. And then also that last one about walking through your virtual office. You need to know kind of what you're doing on your virtual office, right? As a Young Living member, right? But then also as a leader, because other people are going to ask you. So that's a great way to walk through your enrollment through the virtual office. But I think too, the products, you guys, whether you just started yesterday or if you have been doing the Young Living for a long time, we always talk about being a product of the product, okay? What does that mean is that, you guys, if you're like, well, I kind of want this, this, and this, but I don't know, or whatever, like, go off of your own budget, yes, but how are you going to tell people personal testimonies if you haven't tried that one yet, right? You haven't tried about this whole big thing that you're talking about, this oil that's amazing, but yet you've never tried it. Being a product of the product, using the oils, using the products every single day is going to be the best way to definitely get the information that you want from the product, your own experiences, and then being able to share your own testimonies as well. So yes. Okay, let's open up for questions. Sorry. I know we had one or two people hop off because they had to leave. Do you guys have any questions that are on right now? Kimberly, Wendy, Kathy, and April. I know Anna had to hop off really quick. What are some good questions if you guys have anything about the business, about the Young Living lifestyle, about ranking up, you guys, so good. And the money that you'll receive at each rank, crazy amounts, crazy. Feel free to unmute yourself, or I can help you if you post on the chat. And if you say you can't or whatever, then I can try and help you too. You can do that. I know we've got some girls that have not hopped on tonight. I know they're going to try and watch the replay. I know Kylie was really excited about jumping on, and then Christy as well. Miss Wendy, do you have a question? Oop, you're freezing. You're muted, Wendy. We can't hear you.
There we go. It's muted on my phone. I do not have any questions.
Okay, perfect.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
The only comment I have is what I was telling Beth the other day. I've been in businesses like I used to do Party Light years ago. And the thing I love about Young Living is all you, Beth, Kelly, Bethany, all the way up, we have so much support. Like at Party Light, when I went and did shows, it was all on me. You know, I had an uplink, but you know, they didn't go do stuff with you. They didn't do trainings for you. They weren't there for you like Young Living is. I just think it's awesome. I mean, I did this business because Beth has helped me by putting people underneath me. And Party Light, you didn't do that. If you got somebody underneath you, you didn't put, you know, you didn't give them to somebody else. And I think that's what's so amazing about Young Living is we're here to help each other. We're here to help each other grow the business. It's just awesome. And in the past, it's so. That's my 2 cents.
Awesome. Thank you, Wendy. Yeah, absolutely. Kathy says, I agree. I love the support. And I know, Kathy, too, you've done, what, 31? And that's similar, too, where this business is different. The setup is totally different. And maybe this is your first business that you've ever done, and you're like, well, I don't understand. I don't know what the difference is. But the setup of this business is so different. It's not competitive. It's supportive. And the percentages are really great. The money is really great. Like all of that, where some of the other businesses are like, oh, you better work your tail up, but I'm going to give you this little bit of money. Here you go. You know, and that's not what it is. You work your tail off, you get the money. It's great.
Yeah, this is Kelly. Wendy, I think that's probably one of my favorite things too, is why a lot of people get really scared to talk about the business with people. And it doesn't scare me at all, because I love the fact that it's when you grow, or when I grow, you grow. Okay. So when I enroll people and I build your team, you grow, you are reaping the blessing. It's like a win-win all around. And that is, we always say that it's like, it's one thing to get to the top, but to get to the top and be alone, it's not worth it. Or to get to the top and bulldozer everybody on your way up, it's not worth it. So what do you want to do? You want to bring people along with you. You want to rise and have people rise with you. And so that's the beautiful thing, is as you rank up, people underneath you rank up as well. And it's now blessing their family. And you get to share all of these experiences, because it's like, I don't want to just be in it because it's a blessing for us. I want other people to share their own testimonies as well of how they're experiencing the abundance of it as well. And so I love that. I don't feel like it's a competitive thing. It's let's work together. Let's grow your team, you know, because your team's my team. And so it's like working that together. And I feel like there's so many resources. I mean, they're like Beth was saying, like and there's multiple pages that I always encourage people, find 1, 2, or 3 that really fits your style and meets you where you are as far as the information, because then you're going to glean a lot of it. Sometimes it can get overwhelming because there's so much out there that you need to find like 2 or 3 that it's like, this is my page. This is where I feel. And if you want trainings on how to enroll people, or you want trainings on how to stack, or you want trainings on how to grow legs or your business, there is so much stuff out there that with the internet, it's at your fingertips. It really is. And the thing with Beth is she's so intentional with being able to pour into each one of you. I have no doubt that if you wanted like something with one-on-one, or I'd be more than happy, the 3 of us, we could do something like being able to sit down and really look at your organization, look at the things that you're doing, be able to talk through next steps or how we can, really launch it a little bit more for you. I sit that and I look at through my organization and I say, okay, Beth's really close to hitting this next rank. And I look at her little leg of like how, and I make like little flow charts sometimes too of like, okay, where can we pour in to get her ranked up, So anyways, I agree with you, Wendy, where it's like, I feel like it's just incredible. And I love the fact that what I do, my work blesses my upline. I love that, where it's like that my person above me and above her and above her are blessed by my work, and it's like, why? That's amazing. They're some of my closest friends, and I get to help them go on their family vacations, like that's so cool. I don't know. I just think it's incredible. So thanks for sharing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Kimberly said as well, she agrees the support is great. Maybe Kelly, you could talk about how you enrolled people in the beginning. Like, what was your processing?
Sure. Yeah. So, so eventually I got to a place, not that you should ever stop enrolling. You should always enroll, but I got to a place where my organization got very large that I started turning more to training, leadership kind of training style stuff. And so I was more so in the beginning, I was able to like really dive into each person individually. And eventually you have to now start pouring into your leaders who pour into their people. And so in the beginning, when I was doing classes and enrolling people, I will say that obviously, and we call them classes instead of parties because we don't really have anything to sell besides sharing the starter kit with them. And so we educate people, we teach people, we're teachers. And so to be able to do a class, and I always loved where it's like, invite somebody, bring a friend with you, because who doesn't want to come with their buddy, with their friend? And so sitting down and not being scared to be at, teach them about the oils of the starter kit and how you can use them. And at the end, don't be scared to be like, hey, who wants a starter kit? Who wants to enroll? I have my computer here. Who wants to sign up? We can do it tonight. I'll walk you right through it tonight. I feel people shy away from that. And it's like, what are they going to say? Nope. They can't. They'll say, no, I'm not interested, or let me think about it, or let me talk to my husband, or, and that's totally fine. That's totally okay. But it doesn't hurt to ask. Sometimes if some people are like, I don't know. And if somebody's just bold enough to be like, who is anybody interested in signing up for the starter kit? I can go ahead and walk you through it. Some people are like, yeah, let's do that. It's just when they're presented with the opportunity, it gives them a little bit more confidence to go through and be like, I'm here with you. Let's walk through it. And so oftentimes if I were to actually, my biggest way of enrolling people, like I said before, was having a relationship with them, having a friendship first. That was hands down the biggest credibility that I earned a place in their life to talk to them. But if you intentionally go into a conversation and they know that it's about oils and it's about oils and that's the basis for the conversation, then obviously it's not weird to talk about the oils. Don't go into every conversation trying to sell something to somebody. Please don't do that. You will push away all of these people who need the oils, and you're just going to push them away. Okay. So, but if I were to go into a conversation specifically and somebody came to me, and said, hey, I'd really like to sit and talk about this, or, hey, I want to share this with you. And you sit down, I ask them questions. I ask them questions, talk to them, ask them about their life. And then I would always sit with a piece of paper and just write down, and this is how you learn about the products you learn, or write down what they're saying. Be an active listener. I'm really stressed at work, or I'm having a really hard time with my thyroid. And I went to my doctor the other day and they said I have thyroid, da 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 da. So right, thyroid, da da da. And if you aren't aware, if you're just starting out and you don't know a lot of the products, say, hey, I'm going to go home and I'm going to research this with you, or let's look this up in my pocket reference and let's talk about it. If not, say, I'm going to send you some recommendations and I want to sit down and talk to them about you. And then if a lot of them are not in the starter kit, if it's products outside the starter kit, walk them through, say, hey, I would highly recommend that we get you a starter kit first, get you a membership, and then it's going to be a heck of a lot cheaper to buy it at the wholesale price when you're already a member than it is to buy it retail. So get yourself a membership because you're going to use these oils anyway and the diffuser anyway. And then let's talk about adding them on as a monthly thing to be able to regularly get on them. Does that make sense? So I would always just talk to them. I would just ask them lots and lots and lots of questions and be an active listener. And as they're talking, I'm writing down all of these products that I know they can use. And all of these products are pretty much creating their essential rewards order for them every month. So I would say, hey, okay, you want to spend $50 a month. Let's bulk these. Here's your $50 order. Here's your $50 order. So that's the next 4 months of essential rewards that we can get, do $50 orders every month. And you're going to be able to get all of these things for that. Okay. Or whatever. But I find that is the biggest thing of just asking them lots of questions, being bold, not shying away, saying, you know what, I really think that getting that starter kit, getting that set up for you. Let's get your oils. Let's get your diffuser because you're going to use that, especially cold and flu season. You get a head cold, being able to run that next to your bed, put some RC in there, some Raven, whatever, eucalyptus, get that running, or put it in your kid's bedroom. It's safe for babies. Put it in your nursery. I mean, there's so many ways that you can make it applicable to wherever they are in their life. And then let's walk you through, and then here's a couple other products for you as well that I highly recommend. And then getting on the website, read the description of Thyromin to them. And I always said, does that sound like something you would benefit from? Read the description of Agilese supplement to them. Oh yeah, that definitely sounds like something I could use. Okay, let's make a little list here. Make their essential rewards order for them on this pad of paper, so that when they go on their virtual office, they have this list of like, oh, I want to check out Agilese. So it is so basic, and so that when you do it a couple times, I mean, it will roll off your tongue, and it will become like, it becomes so easy to do that it's effortless, honestly, as you just get more confident sharing with people. Yeah, does that answer that question, Beth? Does that sound good?
No, totally. I agree. Definitely just being a person, just, because you cannot go in there just full force and buy this. Like, that's not what we're doing. And like we said, this business is not about selling, quote unquote, right? It's more about, hey, I have a product that's working for me and I love it, and I love it to use with my kiddo and whatever. Do you want to try some too, right? This is a product that is so amazing that we don't need to feel like, oh, we're being salesy, we're being whatever. This product sells itself. It's amazing. But we need to educate those people that there is another option other than chemicals and toxic stuff and all the other things. We're going against the grain, right? But once people hear about it, they're like, what? Like, I could have been using this whole time, then I would have, you know what I mean? So it's our job to educate people. That's all we're doing. Really just educating them and really kind of being a little, not forceful, but like bold, like we said, of you need this in your life. Once they try the products, they're like, heck yeah, like I could have been doing this whole time. So education, just keep that in your mind. I'm not being pushy. I'm not trying to sell something. I'm trying to whatever. I'm trying to educate people on a healthier lifestyle, less toxics, whatever. What does that look like? That looks like posting on your Facebook page about, pictures of photos of oils that you're using and how you're using them and things like that. Sort of. We won't talk about compliance, but doing a video of your unboxing your ER order. I just did mine today, right? What did you order? People want to know. Ooh, what did you order? Like, why do you order that? Like, what do you use that for? Like, what do you know? Love that, doesn't mean that you have to be in somebody's face. It just means, hey, I'm going to educate people. That's the first steps of things, right? Cool. Awesome. Okay, so really quick, we do have 3 classes going on in October, November, and December. Every month you should be able to expect that I'll be having at least one 101 class, at least one 102 class, which is going to be, hey, you got your starter kit. That's awesome. Let's talk about some of the other products that are in Young Living that are going to be yes for you. Hello, Super B. Hello, Inner Defense, right? This time of year, like hello, Thieves Cleaner, all the things. And then one intro to the business. So that is where we're going to get into a little bit more of the nitty gritty on what percentage do I make in my first line? Well, how does that work? Ranking, fast start bonuses, which is that $50 that we're talking about when you enroll somebody. Don't worry. Don't get all like stuck in the numbers and you're like, I don't know enough yet. Don't worry. Just start sharing what you're using, sharing what you love about the products, things like that. And we will get into that in intro of the business. Okay. I've already posted all of those links for the classes in the groups and everything else. So
And those classes, Beth, that you have scheduled, these are great like on-ramp classes to invite people to. So if you're nervous and you don't feel comfortable talking about this stuff, first off, everybody is getting used to doing Zoom nowadays. Is it through Zoom, Beth?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like everybody, especially with COVID, everything's online and virtual now. So people who had never been used to using Zoom before, now they know how to use Zoom, you know? So inviting them to these classes, this is an on-ramp for you to be able to get them, okay, hey, you're interested in your starter kit. My upline has this class scheduled. It's going to be for an hour. Hop on and listen to it, or come over to my house and we'll sit and make tea and listen to it together, or whatever. You know, that's even better, because then once you're done the class, you guys can talk about it with each other. Okay. And then invite them to the 102 class, and then it is a very strategic step-by-step process. So it pretty much, Beth, is taking it off of your plate, offering to do these classes for you so that you don't, if you're maybe nervous at first or you want to listen to somebody, you know, present the information and learn and listen how they present it. I mean, this is at your fingertips. I mean, it's just there for you. So this is a great way that if you're not comfortable yet, invite them to that class and have Beth teach it, you know? It's awesome.
Right. No, absolutely. And those classes are going to be recorded. And I send out the links. And hello, every Monday, you guys, Bethany, our upline, every stinking Monday has a skills training, 7:30, and then 8:15 is a new topic every single Monday that are so awesome. And I have it on my webpage, and it shows every time that I send out a link above the previous classes as a link to my webpage that has all of the classes listed there, of all the past ones, all the themes. And all the future ones coming up too. So feel free, even if they're like, well, I'm only going to use oils for fertility, right? There's a whole class on that. Click, here you go, you know? So don't feel like, again, you have to know everything. You just need to know where to go. Okay. That's it. So awesome. I'm super excited, you guys. Yes. Kim said she just purchased, Hillerstrom. I always pronounce that one wrong. But yes, girl, I think I might have it over here too. Because I like keep that one over here because I don't want my kids to, yes, literally right here. I'm like, do not touch that oil. Don't touch it. Like, for people who don't know, that is amazing oil for pain, all kinds of pain, inflammation. Like that is like the best oil for that. And it is also very expensive as well. So yay. Yeah, so let us know if you guys have any questions. I'd be happy to answer questions. You can find Kelly connected to this group as well, where you can ask her questions as well, message, all the things. I told my daughter she could use it on her leg, but no diffusing it. She says, no diffusing of that oil. Yeah, no diffusing, no. We could talk about ways that you can share oils with your friends, all kinds of different things. I finally finished, I am giving one of my son's schools. Every year I do a different school. Each of the teachers, every single one of the teachers is going to get a small spray bottle that's like this size, but it has a spray bottle on top of the Thieves all-purpose cleaner. And then they're going to get small mask sprays. And I've got them in 5 different variations of Raven and Stress Away, Lavender, Eucalyptus, like all the good things. So anyway, but these are great, guys. These little spray bottles are like stinking cute and they're cheap. And they're a great way to hand out stuff. So think about Halloween coming up. Think about the people that you work with, Thanksgiving, your family coming over. all of that. So just be ahead of the game. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, okay, we got to hop off because we promised we'd be an hour. So awesome. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys
Thanks,
jumping
Beth.
on. Yay. Thank
Thanks
you
for doing it.
guys. Bye.
We'll see ya.
Bye.